Good evening, YouTube. This is the dashboard here, and I just want to do a little live stream to talk about the car shows I went to over the Memorial Day weekend. I went to two events. Um, one was in Folkestone, Georgia, and the other was in Callahan, Florida. The one in Folkestone was the Food Truck and Fancy Car Friday event, and it was a new event that they're planning to do on the third or fourth Friday of every month throughout the summer. So I went to check it out to see, if it was something I was going to continue to go to. Um, anyway, I'm going to turn on a slideshow with the pictures and talk about them. So um, let's go. This is, of course, their promo picture here. But they were supposed to have a car show along with the food trucks. Um, so I went and checked it out. There were only a couple of food trucks, which was kind of disappointing. But there was, a little small turnout of show cars, fancy cars, whatever you want to call it, which, I kind of expected it because it was, Memorial Day weekend, the Friday evening of Memorial Day weekend. Um, so they didn't really have a big turnout, but, hopefully they'll have some room to grow. Um, I mean, it can only get bigger, right? I mean, they had maybe a dozen cars and maybe four or five food trucks. Of course, I didn't count food trucks, but so um, I'll probably check that event out again next month. See how it's if it's growing. If it's not really growing or and getting any bigger, I may have to drop that one from the uh, the rotation. Of course, there again, I may keep it in the rotation because it's a Friday night, and I usually don't have much to do on Friday night. So it might be a good little thing to just go out and relax. Anyway, the other car show I went to over the weekend was the Memorial Day Rod Run for Kids, which was held at the Callahan United Methodist Church in Callahan, Florida. And the car show was to benefit the Barnabas Barnabas Center for Women to transition from domestic violence to out of domestic violence situations or something. Anyway, that was the big show of the weekend. I think they said there were 115 cars that registered. Um, I didn't actually participate in this show. I just went and looked around, took pictures and everything, because it was on a really small lot. I mean, they had cars crammed in there every which way you could think of. So I just went and rode around and took pictures and just looked at the cars. I didn't actually participate, unfortunately, because I knew I would have got trapped in there if I'd entered my truck. So, but yeah, there were a lot of cars at that event. It wasn't really, it didn't look like a good day, but it was actually a pretty good day because it wasn't hot. It looked like it was going to rain, but it never did rain, so that was a bonus. Oh, this other red Chevy that was on the picture just a second ago. The flames on it don't really show up well in the pictures, but it was like gray, smoky red flames. It was nice. I've got more pictures of it later on. But yeah, this show had it had everything. It had everything you could think of. Even had some things you probably wouldn't think of, like this six-wheel Jeep. That was kind of neat. The six-wheel Jeep. I've seen it at another car show, and it don't come out to a lot of car shows, but when it does, it's prominent. You notice it. I mean, how often do you see a six-wheel Jeep? Starting to see Thunderbirds at car shows, which is kind of nice because you don't see them very much. I'd like to see some older Thunderbirds, but I don't think there's very many of them still around. Yeah, I don't know how big this little lot was, but it wasn't very big, and they had it crammed full of cars. It might have been an acre lot, but I don't think so because it's right in the middle of the town. Yeah, there was some interesting newer cars there, like this Mercedes and this Mercedes. I think this one was an electric one. I think I don't really remember, but it was neat nonetheless. Now this black and teal one had an interesting paint job. The paint was distressed on the black so that the teal came through, so it looked like it had the paint had peeled back or had been worn off with age, which I thought was neat. But yeah, there was everything at this car show. I love this VW bus. It was per- I really love this Blazer. That's nice. I really like it because somebody put a lot of money into it. That Blazer. Of course, this one was kind of nice too. But yeah, I was talking to some of the people at this show, and they're saying if it gets much bigger, which it's probably going to get bigger, they're going to have to move it out of this lot. But they don't know where they want to put it because there's in this little town, there's not a lot of open lots to have a car show. It's a dense little town where there's not a lot of open spaces. There's a shot of the flames on that truck. I love that truck. Okay, that was probably my favorite vehicle at the show. There's another shot of that black and teal where the teal's coming through the black. Yeah, there was so many cars. There were some places I couldn't get pictures of the cars just because I couldn't get close to them. So that's all for that. There's probably not going to be any car show videos next week because I don't have any car shows this weekend. Oddly enough, it just happened to work out that way that there's not really any car shows to go to this weekend. I mean, there's car shows all over the place, but not any that I had planned to go to. Um, but I do have some big ones coming up. In fact, the weekend of the 10th, I've got a double header. Yeah. Um, Kingsland Cars and Coffee is in the morning on that Saturday, and also going on at the same time across the county. Actually, across, yeah. Anyway, there's another car show and barbecue contest. So I'm going to try to make it to both of those on the 10th. Those should be really good events. But like I said, I don't really have anything planned for this weekend as far as car shows go. One might pop up and catch my attention, but at this point, it's not really happening. So my content for now until I get some more car shows is gonna be just dash cam stupidity stuff, crazy stuff people do that I catch on dash cam. So of course I may find some something to do. I just don't know. Um, but anyway, until then, I'll keep doing some stuff and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.